Hi guys, Mama Snark here. So I'm going to do a little video tutorial on what we pack for road trips with two toddlers. We do have an SUV, and the two seats that they sit in are the bucket seats or the captain seats. So there's this whole little middle area cutout section that isn't being used with a seat. So what we do is I got this super amazing like baby car trunk organizer thing. And this is what I keep everything in so that it is nice and compact. Everything has a place. It has several different compartments, and I'll go over what I put in each department. And everything is basically, situated in a manner that I don't just have piles of stuff in the middle of the seats or thrown everywhere, which they do throw things everywhere, but this way I'm actually able to kind of keep up with it and stuff it back into its compartment where it goes. So we don't usually put this much stuff in it. It usually has like the basics, like the carriers and the diapers and the wipes and things like that, and then a couple of little toys. But for road trips, I'm gonna pack this sucker with all kinds of stuff because yes, I am overpacking, but we have two toddlers and I'd rather have enough, tricks in my bag to pull out if they get bored or cranky or whatever, to entertain them than not and listen to them scream, because Weezers will scream. Man Cub is content if he has his tablet or his movie playing, he's pretty good. But she gets bored easily and she will scream bloody murder for like an hour straight until she passes out, and it's nerve-wracking. So we have all the things. So I'll start with the things that are always in this little carrier organizer thing. I always have their two toddler carriers rolled up in the biggest compartment at the back of it, or actually this goes towards the front towards me. But these are their two toddler sized harnesses that I usually wear them on my back with, and I can link that video down below on how to get a toddler or preschooler on your back on one of these suckers. But this thing holds up to like 60 pounds, so it's been a lifesaver, especially with the pandemic. I don't want to put them in a shopping cart because I don't want them licking things and I don't want other people touching them. It's more compact and easier to get around places than using a stroller. So I've got hers. Let's see if I can get this back in there. And I've got his as well. His is just black and white. And we're going to be going to New Orleans for one night, which is about an hour and a half drive from us. It's not too far. My brother and his fiance are actually headed down right now to New Orleans, and they're going to be there a couple of days before us in a hotel, and we're going to join them for one night. And then from there, we're going to go on to Biloxi, and that's about an hour and a half-ish, 2 hours from New Orleans. So, I just want to have enough stuff. They're probably not going to be napping either of those times that we're in the car. And then the trip back from Biloxi is going to take us about 2.5 hours. So I just want plenty of things to keep my kids from screaming. So one of the things that I usually keep in there all the time are just some little board books. They really like these little animals, little shapes, little Disney books. And I stuff those on the sides of the carrier, toddler carriers. And this middle compartment right here, I just have a pack of wipes that I keep in there, just a big old pack of them, a little thing of tissues, just in case, stuffy noses, and some little all-in-one is basically Aquaphor, so it's good for booties, cheeks, cuts, scrapes, anything. I have a couple of pull-ups for him, so he is potty trained now, but accidents happen. Road tripping, I'm not sure that I 100% trust him to not pee in the car seat, and I don't want to deal with pee in my car seat. So on road trips, I might insist that he wear a pull-up. We'll see how that goes because he's pretty adamant on big boy underwear now. But and then I have several diapers for her, which she's potty training too, but she's definitely not there yet because she's not even 2. So in this last little row right here, the second little smaller compartment, I have some DVDs. He has a DVD player set up on the back of the headrest in front of his car seat, and it's just like a big old portable DVD player that's just attached to the headrest. And I've got a couple of little Leapfrog movies. These are great movies because they're educational. Love them, teach us things. The only problem is they only last about 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. So you're either constantly changing them out or just resetting the same one. And so they're great movies for shorter trips, but for longer trips, I tend to go with like the Disney movies because they last a little bit longer. And if he refuses to wear his headphones like he did the last trip, then it doesn't make me crazy to listen to, because I love Disney movies too. A weird little thing that I keep in here, and I keep this in a little diaper compartment. We got this little Soul plush in a McDonald's Happy Meal a while back, and it is the absolute perfect little shape and size. So Man Cub is front facing because he's 3. So he faces forward, and if he falls asleep, like we have his car seat as reclined as it can be in the forward facing position, but still if he falls asleep, his head does this, and it upsets me because it worries me that his little airway is getting constricted, and I'm a worry wart. I don't want him, turning blue and I don't see it because he's behind me, and it just stresses me out. So sometimes if he has his blanket with him, I'll roll that up and tuck it under his chin. But this is the perfect little size that when he does that, I can just pop his chin up, put that under it, and his head isn't as slumped forward anymore. So I keep this in here at all times because it's just amazing. And I talked to the pediatrician. Definitely a no-go, those things that, like the head wrap things that you put over the car seat to hold their head back like this, like a little headband that attaches to the car seat, because something happened during a car wreck and the rest of their body moves forward and their head doesn't. Just not good. She said don't add anything to the car seat that does not come with the car seat. So that's approved. She said I can tuck blankets and that like under his chin. So the other compartment right here, we have a whole bunch of stuff. I'll start with, so I have a couple of these little play packs. Get them at the Target dollar spot. Then you can also get them on Amazon, but they're way cheaper if you get them at the Target dollar spot. And I just kind of collect them throughout the year. They have several different like characters and TV shows and movies that they'll rotate through. So to keep things from getting stale and just ending up with a bunch of the same ones, anytime I'm in Target, I'll just pop by the dollar spot and pick up a couple of them. And they come with a little coloring book, some little crayons, and a little sticker sheet. So these are good to pull out. These are great for, whenever you're going to restaurants, out to eat, or just anywhere that you kind of need to entertain them for a minute. So I put those, and then I have 4 different of the Imagine Inks. Also got these at the Target dollar spot. These are $3. They are like $5 or $6 if you get them online at the Target dollar spot, or Amazon too. I think it's like $5 or $6, but they're $3 at the Target dollar spot. Same thing with the play packs. The characters and the movies kind of rotate through. So I'll just pop in and grab a couple here and there so that they don't just get stuck with the same boring ones. But it's awesome. It comes with the one little marker, and when you color, it reveals the different colors and activities and whatnot. And the marker itself is clear ink. So it only works with the paper. They can write all over the car seat. They can write all over the door handle. It won't get everywhere. Their clothes, because kids. So I've got 4 different ones of those, just random little characters. I don't even know who that is, but she won't care. But those by the play packs. And then I have, this is my quiet book, and I haven't used this yet. This is a new one that I'm gonna pull out for the road trip. So, hopefully it'll be something new and exciting if she's pitching a fit and bored and kicking the seat and whatever. I have this to pull out. But it's got the shapes that Velcro on. And I'll link as much of the stuff as I can. I know I can link the little organizer, but I'll link as much stuff as I can for you down below. It has a little clock and the little buttons, which I don't think she can do that, but shoes, zips, shapes again, and these snap. So some of this stuff might be a little bit more complicated for her, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll try it out. It's a new thing. Like I said, hopefully if she's pitching a fit and just needs something to distract her, then I have that. So that goes in there too. This I got it for the Man Cub. I might rotate it kind of between them. We'll see how it goes, but it's super cute. It's just like a little chalkboard book, and it comes with a little chalk holder and a couple little things of chalk. in here so they can do that and then wipe it off. And it came with, where did it go? It also has a little cleaning cloth that goes in there. So I figured that'll be something a little bit different than like the play packs or the imagining. It's basically all the same thing, just in different forms. But sometimes that's just what it takes to get them to stop screaming. So also have a couple of the water wows. I'm sure a lot of y'all are familiar with the Melissa and Doug water wows. They're amazing things. Comes with its own little pin holder. It snaps stuck in there. You literally fill the little paintbrush pen with water, and then you can color on the thick cardboard pages, and it reveals the shapes. I like this one because it has, you know, like 2 jellyfish and 3 fish and 1 hermit crab. So my older kid gets a little bit more out of it, of like, oh, let's see if I can find them and let's count them. And then after you finish coloring it, it dries. And after it dries, it's just clear again and you can start all over. So that's another little thing that I got for each of them. I got, what is this? Just different animals, and then little sea creatures because we're probably going to the aquarium in New Orleans, and then might go to the beach when we're in Biloxi. We're staying at the Margaritaville Resort, but we might end up at the beach, the beach of Biloxi. It's not a great beach, but while we're there. So I got that. And then I can't stand him. Works my nerves, drives me crazy. Kids love him. He is educational, so I allow it. I got 2 little Blippi suitcase toys, and they each come with, like, I think a figure. Let's see, it comes with a figure and 2 accessories for it. So I figure, you know, again, all else fails. They're being completely crazy. They need something brand new to distract them. Pull these little suckers out, so they each get one. I think it's surprise figures. It doesn't tell you which one's in there. So I'll usually just ask Man Cub what color he wants first, because Weezers doesn't really care what color it is. She just wants to be included. So I'll let him pick first what color he wants, and then she gets whichever one is left over. So show these on the side. I've got 2 little sticker books, animals for him and mermaids for her, or either or. I'll usually, like I said, I'll ask Man Cub which one he wants first, and whichever one he wants, I give that one to him, and I'll give whatever's left over to her because she doesn't care. So it comes with 2 different little scenes, like a little clamshell, a ship, and a little ocean scene, and it's reusable stickers. So the sticker sheets, like, they'll stick and then they can peel them off and re-stick them elsewhere and reuse them a bunch of times. They'll probably end up in mouths and, you know, full of crumbs and not reusable, but it'll be something new and different to entertain them with. So here's the token. So stick that in the front. And then here is another little, like, busy book kind of thing, but it's a little shark. So again, I'll usually ask Man Cub if he wants the book or the shark first, and whichever one he doesn't want, I'll give to her. But this one just has, you know, the little toggles and the little buttons and the little clips and things like that. And the back of this one has the alphabet, and he is super into the alphabet and the ABCs and making words and sight words and stuff like that. So it comes with like a little shoulder strap carrier that you can carry it on your neck, or like a little purse thing, but I just took that off because it's a useless thing to be in my way since it's for the car. So got that in there as well. And I also got 2 little bags made up for them that I put in there. I put 1 little Lego brick, and these are just the off-brand Legos that I got on Amazon, like in bulk, so they're way cheaper, of the little Duplos. But this is a little brick, and then I just put a little assortment of these 2 different size Duplos in there, so they can build little towers or houses or whatever. But usually I keep 2 of this size in the little cup holder in her car seat, and she'll just play with these sometimes in the car. They'll entertain her. So I got 1 of these bags made up for each of them, just out of the giant bucket that he has in his room full of Legos. And I'll just kind of throw those on top because it's out of room. It'll probably end up like behind a seat or something. But so like I said, it's not going to stay this organized when it's in the car, but it's capable of, like, when we get to our destination or to a stopping point, I can go and gather everything back up and shove it back into, like, you know, some compact form instead of just being everywhere. So the different pockets on this size has 2 pockets, and that one I have a couple of these little Bibster disposable bibs, and it has a little catch-all pocket. So, like, when we go for the New Orleans day, I'm gonna have them dressed cute because we're going on vacation, and I don't want them to get disgusting on the way there. So I'll try to put those on them, but you know, kids, she usually ends up ripping it off and going ear and handing it to me, and then continuing to saturate her clothes with grossness. So I might actually put like a big t-shirt on them when we're traveling, just a kind of a catch-all, depending on what we're gonna be giving them. And then I have an OxyClean pen as well to keep in here for whenever they inevitably just get disgusting. This other little pouch right here, I have, these are the baby Ganax hand wipes, just like antibacterial, non-alcohol hand wipes if I need them. Then I also have 2 packs of the Scott 24-hour hand sanitizing wipes. It's little packs of 10. I got like a box of 50 of these suckers, and they're easier than like the big Kirkland size wipes that I usually get that I keep around the house to use. It's a lot easier for traveling and just more convenient. I can toss one of these in a pocket. If we have to take him to like a public restroom, I bring these in, wipe the seat down, you know, wipe the locks and stuff like that. Put that in there. And there's just always good to have around. So the front of this thing, get this over here. So this is a baby specific one. Like, they had tons of trunk organizers and car organizers and stuff. This one came like specifically out of the baby section of Amazon. It comes with a reusable diaper pad that, you know, we're all familiar with. So when we're out and about, especially like when we're not road tripping and the back isn't full of luggage and stuff, we'll take that. If it's nasty, usually I don't even bother with that, but we'll just lay them in the back of the car, in the back of the SUV, pop the trunk up, lay them down, change a diaper there instead of doing it in like a public restroom, because that just wigs me out. I don't like it. Or we'll do it in the stroller or the wagon, depending on where we're at. But this little pocket, I just have 2 little extra bows in neutral colors, just a little white one, and this one's a little gray one, which I probably need to update these to the clippy ones because that's what she wears now. But she's something. She's kind of a bull in a china cabinet. We joke she's gonna be our little linebacker. She's a big girl, but she loves her bows. And if she breaks a bow, because she'll take it off and suck on it, or rip it apart because she's destructive, or if she just loses it somehow, she will lose her mind and just, my bow, my bow, my bow. She realizes she doesn't have one. So I keep extras in the car at all times, just if we get somewhere and she broke hers or can't find it and she's pitching a fit and needs a bow, I've got it covered. So I keep those in there. This came with it. It's a little section that you can put the little diaper bag rolls in, like the Munchkin ones or whatever one. This is just what it came with. It's the little bags. If your kid poops, has a nasty diaper, throw it in there, tie it up so you can throw it away later on. This compartment, it's supposed to be for wipes. It's got the, you know, thing for you to stick the wipes in it, but the way that I have this positioned in the car, that doesn't work for me. So I just shove these giant oversized toilet covers in. So like I said, if I have to take Man Cub out into a gas station or something while we're traveling, it's disgusting. I wipe everything down and then I put one of these on the toilet, and it drapes over full sides and the full front of the potty. And then it has these little sticky tabs on the back of it that'll actually stick it to the toilet seat so it doesn't wiggle around. And if your kid, like, so when we first started potty training, he sat backwards on the toilet because he was just so small and petite and skinny. So he would sit backwards. Now he'll actually allow me to just hold him on it while he goes. But that was great for whenever he would sit backwards, so his little legs aren't, you know, draping over and touching the nasty sides of the toilet. The only bad thing is they're not flushable. So after they're finished, you have to crumple it up and find a trash can to dispose of it. And then more toilet seat covers here, and then I just keep a pack of the kid disposable mask here. Thankfully, I think we're headed out of the COVID pandemic with everyone getting vaccinated finally. So hopefully that won't be required too much longer, but it is there in case we go somewhere that requires it. For him, she's still too young. And then just little extras that I toss wherever I can fit it. This is her Buddy the Elf doll. I got it off of Amazon. She loves it. I love it because he's Buddy the Elf. He has a pull string. So this is something that will entertain her. He's got little Velcro hands. Every now and then, I can't give it to her too often because then she gets bored with it. But if she's, doesn't want anything that I give her in the car and I pull the sucker out and she hasn't seen it in a while, she gets excited about it. And then every now and then, Man Cub will play with it too. But to clarify, I'm traveling with a 3-year-old and an almost 2-year-old. So those are the age range that I'm working with. And then she doesn't fit with all the road trip stuff in there, but I have to find a place for her somewhere. I'll probably just stick her behind the seat. She has to have a baby doll. This one has a bottle. She's going to want the bottle for it. She'll randomly remember that she needs a baby. My baby! Oh, my baby! So I have to have a baby somewhere in the car for her. She has several in her room. She sleeps with some of them. Extra little things. And my voice sounds super hoarse. Sinuses and allergies have just been horrendous this year. But I have one of these for each of the kids. It folds up like this, so it can store flat and keep it just on the floor of the seat, behind the seat, on the side of the seat, whatever. It's a little lap desk, so it fits on the backwards car seat and the frontwards car seat. So you basically just put it on top of their lap. It rests on either side of like the car seat arms, and then the little net pockets drape over the side of it. They each came with a dry erase top and some little dry erase markers that have the erasers at the end of them. I took those out and put those in the closet for when they're older because they're still at the age that I do not trust them with any kind of marker or marking object. And it has tons of just little pockets and things to keep stuff in. So I got these for, when I give them the little play packs to color and to do their little Lego towers on, so they just have kind of a flat surface to work with. Because, it's hard just like holding stuff in your lap. And then it has a little thing here, which let me see. I don't think their tablets are gonna fit in that because we have them in these tough cases. We didn't like the kid cases, the big giant foam ones, because the youngest destructive one could pop them out of those and then drop the tablet. So we got these super tough. These are pretty cheap. I think it was like 21 bucks a piece on Amazon, and it comes with, it has the little kickstand in the back that you can pop out like that, so it can, whoops, so it can stand up like that on a surface if you need it to, if you're at a restaurant or something. Yes, I am that parent that is not afraid to pull out my kid's tablet at a restaurant, because if they're screaming and that's what gives us a peaceful meal and everyone else a peaceful meal, it's happening. So I'm not sure if, yeah, these aren't gonna fit in there, but you can pop the little kickstand out and just put it right there for them. And I'll show you how we have the actual car set up. He, like I said, has that big DVD player. So I only give him his tablet if he wants to play like a game or something. They don't get their tablets too often. It's mostly when they're going number 2 on the potty. That's how we poop trained both of them. Is it right? Is it wrong? I don't care, it worked. So they get their tablets when they're on the potty, and then road trips or like doctor's offices, places that I just need them to be contained and quiet and not running around like crazy, little things that they are. So these, the way the desks work, it just Velcros, the side Velcro here, and then folds down flat. Like so. Little carry strap goes in. And it buckles up pretty small. So, like I said, this isn't something that we normally keep in the car. That's specifically just for road trips, so that, if they're coloring or something like that, they've got something. Things that we just kind of keep in the car always are their little, I can't remember if these are Munchkin. I think they're Munchkin. Oh, look, it's either Munchkin or Skip Hop, but I think it's Munchkin. Let's see, Bricka. Pretty sure that's Munchkin ones. But little backpacks for them. It's a little harness that has the chest clip on it, and then it has the parent leash with the little wrist strap And you can judge me all you want. Come at me, I don't care. My kids, all of them, both of them are, they like them, like they don't fight them. They're, because they know that it gives them freedom. They're able to get down and walk around without us like strapping them to our backs always or whatever. But especially Leasers, she's a runner. She's not very good at holding your hand. Like she'll hold your hand for a minute or two, but she's little, she's a toddler, or something cool and exciting distracts her, she's gonna take off and run. We're gonna be in New Orleans, probably, like I said, doing the aquarium. They're gonna wanna get down and walk around and see all the exhibits and stuff, and I don't want them to get, you know, lost in a crowd of people. I don't want them getting away from me at all because I'm a nervous mom and someone takes my kid. It's not gonna be a good time for anybody. So for peace of mind, they have their little backpack leashes, and like I said, it straps, has the chest clip, keeps it secure. We have the other end of it, and a lot of times they'll have it on and we'll have it on our wrist and we'll just hold their hand and they'll walk next to us like that. But like I said, if they see something that distracts them and they want to run or whatever, they take off, we're still tethered to them so we don't lose them. So they do walk holding our hands with this also. Like it's not like walking a dog where they're just pulling us the whole time. It was whenever he was little, but they're pretty good about it now. Like I said, you know, we'll still hold their hand, but it's kind of just a fail-safe measure for my peace of mind, especially if you're going somewhere new and in a big city. And then in it, they each have the same thing in it. They have a little car. I think she has Sky in hers from Paw Patrol. She doesn't know who that is, but it's a pink car, so that's the one that he lets her have. And then a little play pack. And I'll have things like that to keep them occupied in the diaper bag that we'll be carrying, but it's just something, they feel like they have a little something in their backpack that's theirs, and you know, if we stop somewhere, that's kind of exciting for them to have something in there. And then I just tuck this into the side cup holder. And then the good thing about this too is that the leash does detach from it, so you don't have to have a leash on it, so it can become just a little, you know, daycare backpack or little day pack or whatever for whenever they get a little bit older too. So these I just kind of put wherever I can in the back of the car. They're gonna go in our diaper bag backpack when we're in New Orleans and in Biloxi probably too. That way we can pull them out when we do need them, because like I said, in New Orleans we're probably gonna have them both in the toddler carriers because we're gonna be staying at the Hyatt Regency, which is by the Smoothie King Superdome, like over here, and then the French Quarter, the aquarium, Riverwalk Mall, all of that is like blocks and blocks and blocks away. And just navigating New Orleans with a double stroller doesn't sound fun for me. And, you know, people tend to not get out of the way. I don't want to be hitting ankles with it. Also, I feel like when my kid's in a stroller, people have the tendency to think it's okay to get close to them and come up and like get in their face and stuff. And especially now, you know, COVID hasn't completely gone away. It just makes me a little bit nervous. So I think we agreed that we're gonna use the carriers in New Orleans, and then we're gonna be bringing their big double wagon with us to Biloxi to the beach. That way we'll have, you know, something to transport all the beach bags and the beach stuff in them to the beach and stuff. But I don't wanna be navigating the wagon in New Orleans because that's a lot. It's huge. So these will go, like I said, in the diaper bag for whenever we need them when we're in New Orleans. Any other time, they just stay in our car. If we get out to run into the store real quick or something and Man Cub doesn't want to be carried, he wants to walk, we'll just put one of these on him so that he's safer. Lastly, for the car, if you don't have one of these, get one. It is fabulous. Tons of different brands make them. You get them on Amazon. You know, tons and tons and tons of different brands make them. This is not the only one. And it's not that expensive. I think it was like $30, $20. Something like that. So this has two purposes. Number one, so in the car, the little legs come out. You can see, I think they come out and lock. Yes. So they come out and they lock into place like so. The little insert pushes down just like this. And then it comes with these handy dandy baggies like that, and it has a place in there for you to pop this off and to put the bags in, and then you put that on top of it, and they can pee, or if they have to go number two, into this in the back seat of the SUV, or I mean, I guess it could work in a car too at a pinch if you needed to, like on the floorboard. but gas stations are just so gross. And toddlers touch everything, even if you tell them not to. Like I make him, if I take him in with me, I make him put his hand like on my leg or whatever, because after he goes, I have to go too. And then when I'm going, he wants to, you know, run his hands over the wall. He wants to put his hands on the floor. He wants to touch things, and that just wigs me out because I'm a germaphobe. So this is easier, and Weezers actually did really well with this when we went to Grand Isle. It was, I think, like 2 hours away from us. And we noticed when we got to the gas station, we took her out to change her after I had brought Man Cub into potty with me, and she was still dry. So like I said, we're potty training her too, but she's still young, so her bladder's not big enough to quite hold it, but she was still dry, so we're like, well, let's just try it and see, because I'm not bringing her back in the gas station. And she went in it no problem. So excellent thing to have for road trips if you don't want to bring your kid in those nasty restaurants or restrooms. And then the other purpose it serves, you pull the legs out like this. This little insert, the middle part, can pop out, and then it fits like this on the hotel toilet seat. So, or, you know, like wherever you're going, if you're going to the grandparents' house, it makes like the, you know, the little seat for toddlers so that they're not slipping in, because especially Man Cub, he's just so skinny. And then Weezers isn't even 2. So she's, you know, she got a little bitty booty too, and they don't feel secure. So like if they have to go number 2 and poop, they don't want me sitting there like holding on like this, like I do if we go to a gas station. So this gives them a little space to go. And then it all just, pop that back in, folds up, oops, breaking it, folds up like that. It comes in this one particularly came in this handy dandy case, which is why I ordered this one. And then voila. So this stays in the way back of the SUV that we have for any time that they have to potty. So these objects will just find a place wherever I can stash them. And like I said, I'll show you kind of the setup of where we put them in our car, and then I'll pause the video and restart and show you what we are packing for snacks for the road trip. And snack bag will come with us in the hotels too, obviously, and come to the beach and wherever, and we'll use that to refill the diaper bag. So if we're going to the aquarium or wherever, you never go anywhere with a toddler without having snacks, or I'll put them in their little leash bags. But so yeah, it's gonna look like a lot of snacks and an overkill, but we're going for 4 days, 4 full days. Let's see, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Yeah, so 4 full days. We're gonna need a lot of snacks. I don't want to pay, you know, gift shop prices like $4 for a bag of Cheez-Its. I'm not doing it. So we pack all of their snacks that we know that they eat, and inexpensive, and that, like, I just had a lot of it here already because that's just what they eat as snacks. So I'll show you what I've got there later, and then I'll show you how I get everything into the car after that. So I'll be right back. Okay, so road trip snacks, hotel snacks, just trip snacks in general. Like I said, this seems like a lot and an overkill, and it probably is, but my husband said I packed too much when we went to Grand Isle for that one day, and they ate almost all of the snacks that I had. Because, you know, one thing you can do to keep your kid occupied in the car is just toss snacks at them. And Man Cub has eating issues as it is. He just doesn't like to eat, and he doesn't eat a lot, and he's really skinny. So I'm fine with just tossing him as many snacks as he'll eat. And then I've got snacks for me and hubby as well. And like I said, this way we're not spending money on snacks in the gift shops. We're not spending an absurd amount of money for snacks at the resort. We're not stopping at gas stations and getting snacks a lot. Like, we can literally stop for gas, me to run in to pee, and hit the road again. So this is all just stuff that we have that we keep on a regular basis at our house. Judge me, I don't care for what we eat, but most of it I try to do, you know, like a healthy-ish mix for the kids. And like I said, Man Cub is super picky, so it's kind of just whatever we can get him to eat. After we leave New Orleans, we'll find like a grocery store or something before we get to the resort in Biloxi and get some bread for PB&J's. So I'm bringing the Smucker's Goober. It's the peanut butter and jelly all in one. It's pretty gross. We tried it before, but it'll do in a pinch, and it prevents us from having to buy 2 different things to keep track of. So got that. Like I said, we'll stop for some bread. And then I got these off of Amazon, little basically Uncrustable sandwich makers. So you use the big part to cut out your bread on each side, and then after you get it filled, you stick this in the middle, and it makes the crimps and seals it like an Uncrustable. So that way they think they're getting an Uncrustable, and we're not having to figure out how to keep that cold or in the freezer or anything like that. So we'll do that. We'll probably get like a pack of hot dogs because that's one of the things that he eats, maybe some cheese sticks, and then we'll probably get like some turkey breast and cheese slices and mustard or something for us to make sandwiches while we're there as well, and then get like a half gallon of milk. The resort, Margaritaville, does have a little mini fridge, so we'll be able to have milk for them without having to spend an absurd amount of money on like the Raisin boxes to bring with us or getting milk there. So I'm going to do savory stuff on one side of the bag and not savory stuff like the sweeter little treats on a different side of the bag. And I'll show you after I'm done packing it kind of like what it looks like while it's in there. So it's kind of a hot mess, but it's also kind of organized. So this will be, Weezer is still backwards facing because she's not 2 yet. She's behind my husband who drives because I hate driving. And the snack bag will be on the floorboard behind her car seat. So he's not, you know, kicking it stuff if it's underneath him. So I can just turn around, reach in there, grab something, and then toss it to either kid. So start with this one. These are so nasty. They're so gross. The Skippy Peanut Butter Bites. This one I think is double peanut butter. I haven't been able to find them in a while. I used to be able to get them with like graham cracker centers or pretzel centers, but they love these, and it's protein. And like I said, Man Cub has weight gain issues because he's so tall and he's a picky eater. He's just a little beanpole. But Weezer's discovered them when he was eating them, and now she has to have them too, even though she doesn't need them. So then I bring just like an extra little cup. This is like a kid's meal Cane's cup from a kid's meal we got, and I'll just dump some of these in there for her and then let him have the big bucket because I'm not getting them each their own big bucket. That's ridiculous. It's a lot. Plenty of pouches. I think these are, I thought it was the Go-Go Squeeze brand, but it's not. It's Chillin', blueberry and banana, and it's got like chia seeds, let's see, apple, banana, blueberry, butternut squash, and then like lemon juice in it. So it's got a little bit of veggies hidden in there. He won't really eat any kind of a pouch. We've tried and we've tried and we've tried any and every kind. He won't. Every now and then though, he'll surprise us and he'll actually eat it. So usually we offer it to him first and trick him into tasting it, and if he'll eat it, we'll give her her own. But 9 times out of 10, or 19 times out of 20, he's not gonna touch it, so we just pass it on to her. So tons of pouches in here. I think I'm bringing like 8 of these. And this is also just a good little like to go along with breakfast, so I know she's got a fruit in her, so it's not just all carbs. And then just a couple of little Kirkland's applesauce veggie pouches. It has the fruit and vegetables in it. And then I'll eat these too, and so will my husband, so that's a little fruit snack for us too if we need it. And then I have, let's see, what goes next? Some of the more savory stuff. These are like Korean, I think, garlic snacks. I don't know, we just got them in to kind of sample and try, and they're pretty good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and toss these in since we have them as a little savory snack option. I got several bags of Cheez-Its just because husband and I will eat them, kids will eat them. They're quick and easy. They kind of fill you up if you need something to hold you over. They'll go well with sandwiches. Got a couple of bags of those. For the kids, I have 4 of the, let's see, Mum Snacks plant-based pea snacks. White cheddar. Not the best deal. These are like mostly air. It's only, let's see, down here. So you only get from here to here of the actual pea snack crisp. But they're healthy, they're plant-based, they don't have preservatives and stuff like that. And he typically won't eat them at home, but I've noticed on road trips, if he's bored and in the car, he will actually snack on them. So, like I said, Weezer's eats anything and everything. Like that kid's like her mama, she's a garbage disposal. We don't have to worry about her gaining weight. got the white cheddar, and then I've also got the apple cinnamon ones as well. So they have the more savory and then a little sweet option. Let's see, the next thing, so I can get these standing up, I'm gonna put in there is the little yogurt covered raisins. I got strawberry ones and I think just the vanilla yogurt ones as well. They both really like raisins. It helps them go number 2 if they get a little bit clogged up. It's kind of like a candy treat because they don't typically get, I don't give them candy or like fruit snack gummies or anything like that. So this is kind of a little mock candy treat for them that they don't normally get. And then I love them too. So it's a treat for mama as well. So I've got those. I've got 2 little bags of the Cheez-Its for them, like the tiny little snack bags. With the big bags, that's where that cup will come in too if I need to put half of it in the cup and give it to her, and then he can have the bag or vice versa. But a couple of the little ones just to throw in the diaper bag, like I was telling you, whenever we're out and about. Doesn't take up that much room, and it's a quick and easy. I can give it to them. I can even open that and give it to them while they're in the backpack carrier, and they can snack on it. And I know they're not dripping pouch juice or ice cream or something nasty down my shirt. You can just dust Cheez-It crumbs off. All right, so we also have, for husband and I, we have a little bag of beef jerky. I tend to want something with like a little protein and not as just like garbage snacky. And then a couple of, God, these are the best. The Jack Link beef jerky sticks. These are just the original. I really like the Wild Heat ones. They do have some spice to them, but I like spice. But these are just the original. It's just little beef jerky sticks. Unlike Slim Jims, these don't have those nasty like casings that you can't chew through, and it turns into like meat gum. It's nasty. So we got those. Next up, going on the top here, I have a Ziploc baggie with a couple little bags of M&Ms. These are their Potty Treats. Like I said, we're still potty training Weezers. Man Cub is mostly fully potty trained, but when they go number 1 or number 2, if they go number 1, they get 1 M&M. If they go number 2, they get 2 M&Ms. And we're trying to kind of wean them off of that. Like, he doesn't really ask for them too much. Every now and then he will. She pretty much asks for it every time she goes potty. That's why she's going potty, because she wants that M&M. So I brought their potty snacks, and we want to, try to keep on the potty training as much as we can. It's a little bit more difficult when you're on the road. A little treat for us, these Petite Enclair, just like milk chocolate biscuit type cookies. Horrible for you, no nutritional value, delicious. Tastes amazing with coffee. So I got some of those for us. Some more little like treaty type things for hubby and I while we're driving and snacking and they can't see us to ask for it. Because like I said, I try not to give them too much like chocolate and candy just because I don't want to start that trend. But the little Milka bars, oh my God, these are so good. The Swiss chocolate, amazing. A little pack of M&Ms. And we don't eat this stuff like normally while we're at home. Like every now and then, after dinner or something, we want a little bit sweet. I'll usually just have like a little square of something. But when you're on a road trip and you're bored, sometimes you just eat like fruit snacks. And like I said, this prevents us from spending, $2 on a candy bar in a gas station. Some little Twix and Snickers. And if we want something not chocolate, I have, see, like I said, this one's open. I'll usually just get like 1 or 2 little bites and I'm good. But for road trip purposes, some Starburst as well. And then I have, these are amazing, the Frutella. It's gummies. I'll actually let my kids have these occasionally. I don't let them have like the fruit snacks because I just feel like it gets stuck in their teeth. And I mean, even though we brush morning and night, I don't want to deal with cavities and stuff like that. So these don't do that as much, and it's the it's all fruit juice puree, and it's all natural, no corn syrup or anything like that. So I don't feel as bad about it. Like I said, they're not quite as like chewy and sticky. And then these are interesting little chocolate bars that we've gotten to try. It's dark chocolate with crispy quinoa and whey protein. So it's got some protein in there. It's 10 grams of protein for a little bar. And I love dark chocolate. Dark chocolate's my favorite. I'm not a big milk chocolate person. I hate white chocolate. But Man Cub will actually eat these, we've discovered. And like I said, anything with extra protein or fat in it or something like that that we can get him to eat, we tend to go for. So we got that in there that he can kind of nosh on with it us as well. I got, sorry for the sniffles again, allergies and sinuses are kicking my butt this year. For me and my husband, I got a bunch of the Kodiak cake. They make the awesome like protein pancakes. Those make really good muffins, by the way. That's another trick that we'll get Man Cub to eat to get more protein in them. But for us, for the road trip and for like breakfast in the hotel, we'll probably get like some apples or bananas or something also at the store to kind of go with it. But just little protein bars, so we're not spending, you know, $15 a person on breakfast at the hotel because that's always insanely expensive. So I got bars. I also got, the kids will eat these too, so I brought 4 of them. The Almond Granola Bar, sweet and salty. I think Nature's Valley makes them too. This is Amazon brand. But it's got like the kind of sweet, salty, like yogurt almost coating at the bottom of them. That are just tasty and delicious. They've got sugar in them, so they're not great for you. And then a couple of Cliff Bars for hubby and I. Alright. Moving right along. Kids bars. I got a couple of the Nature's Valley Fig Bars that has the, they're made with like wheat flour, not a whole lot of like nasty preservatives, has whole grains in it. Each pack has 2 bars. So I can just open 1 pack and give 1 bar to each kid. I like these as well as a quick little snack if I'm starting to get hangry. I've got, for the kids, the Kashi just cereal bars. It's basically like a Nutri-Grain bar, soft baked breakfast bar, and it has the fruit filling in it. This is the mixed berry, which Man Cub is iffy on if he'll go for that or not. I have 6 different Z bars. This is another one of those that I'll throw in the diaper bag backpack, or if they're just hangry and they need a little something to tide them over. Different variety: chocolate brownie, chocolate chip, oatmeal. And then these are something we've discovered recently. Non-believable baked goods for the soul. Oatmeal raisin cookies, non-GMO, non-preservative, no artificial flavors. This cookie, you can see, is this big around, and it is this thick. Like, it's a big cookie. So we can break that in half and give each of them a half, and it'll fill them up pretty well. So we've actually done this for breakfast before and just given them like a banana to go with it. So we got those. Let's see where to shove these down at. And then I got just 1, this is all I had left in the pantry, was 1 pack of peanut butter crackers. Again, this is one of those that I can just open the pack and give them each one kind of as they need it. Whereas like toddlers, anyone that has toddlers, you understand, the like Cliff Bars or the breakfast bars, if it's broken in half, they won't touch it. It's broken! They can't eat it, you know, meltdown. So make sure that you pack those in a way that they don't get destroyed. These are also something that we've recently discovered. It's Mammoth Marshmallow Crisp, and it's basically like little Rice Krispie treats, but it has hidden veggies in them. And again, Man Cub is super picky, won't eat any kind of vegetable. Like Weezers will eat pretty much any vegetable, and she'll still do the veggie pouches I'll give her, just kind of make sure she's still getting greens and stuff. But these do have hidden vegetables in them, so I give them to them as like a little treat. Like I said, she doesn't need them, but she sees he has one, she has to have one too. So some little Rice Krispies. And then for them, I just throw in, this is all I had left in the pantry, was the Apple Jacks. It's like the jumbo Apple Jacks little cereal snacks. Just as a, these are one of those that I'll throw in the diaper bag backpack as needed. And then I just got a hankering for some Werther's Originals, the caramel hard candies the other day out of the blue. So I decided to pick up a bag. It was like $1 or something, you know, for hubby and I just to kind of snack on while we're there. So I'll show you now how everything kind of looks inside here. So we got the peanut butter and jelly is down under here, and then I've got the pouches next to it, the peanut butter balls, marshmallow cookies, all of their bars are right there, and I have them standing upright, like I said, so they don't get smashed and broken to bits at the bottom of the bag because they will pitch a fit. They're little sandwich things, Cheez-Its, little cookies, beef jerky. The raisins are standing up. And then cookies, our little candies are back there with the beef jerky and the fruit snacks, and our granola bars are right here. So yeah, that's how we got, that's for the snacks. And I will now show you how everything loads up into the car. Okay, so how we have the car set up. This is Man Cub's car seat. Like I said, he is forward facing because he's old enough. He is behind the passenger seat, which is where I usually sit on road trips. He has just this old school, like, big DVD player, basic, and I'll put, like, his Disney movies on it. And between them is that car organizer. And you can see how it fits just perfectly, and we still have a little bit of space that we can put extra luggage there. In front of it, these are those two little lap desks. And then right there are the two backpack leashes, but those will go in the diaper bag whenever we, like, go out. That is Weezer's setup. She is behind where hubby will sit. And this is, that's her little mirror so I can see her. This is a Vera Bradley, like, car organizer, and I can link that down below for you. I actually have a code that you can get 10% off the website with, but it unfolds and it'll actually zip up. So if we're going into the store and we have her tablet in there, you know, nobody sees it as a tablet, and then I can just fold that up out of the way. You can put extra stuff in there, but I can fold that up and her tablet fits in there. We had a hard time finding something for the rear seat that she could actually see that wasn't too low, so she wasn't kicking it and touching it with her toes, which she's long now, she's almost 2, so she can't no matter what. But that's worked out perfectly. And then behind her, like I said, because she's rear facing so she can't kick it and stick her feet in it, is the snack bag. And that's how that fits perfectly. This little reusable Vera Bradley tote, I'll have to see if it's on the website to link for you, but my mom-in-law actually gave that to me. I think that's what she put like my Christmas gift or my birthday gift in one year. And it's just one of those reusable shopping bags. And it has been the perfect road trip snack bag that fits behind or on the floorboard behind her seat. And then, like I said, I sit right here on road trip, so I can just reach back and grab. So yeah, that's how we have the car organized for. I am a hot mess. Our garage is a hot mess, don't judge. But that's how we'll have the car loaded up whenever we go. They said it's going to be a 4-day trip. We'll be traveling to New Orleans on Saturday morning, and then Sunday morning from New Orleans to Biloxi, and then Tuesday afternoonish from Biloxi all the way back home. So it'll be not the biggest road trip. We usually go to Houston a good bit, which is where his parents live, and that's about 4.5, 5-hour trip from us. So that one's a little bit more daunting because it's usually just straight up, not broken up at all. But yeah, that's how we packed our car. Hope that helps anyone. We're, like I said, we do go to Houston a good bit, so we're kind of pros at this. Feel free to like, subscribe, and I'll be doing packing videos on what we pack in our luggage for the trip next. It's been like 3 days of me gathering all this stuff and getting everything ready because men don't understand what moms do to get ready for a trip. It takes like a whole vacation to get ready to go on a vacation when you have small children. So I'll be doing that video next and hope you look forward to it. Thank you.